Hey, this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Shout out to all the wonderful new subscribers and returning friends. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. So when I get to running this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. Shout out to the Afropolitan podcast and Mr. O and the Ozone podcast in the house. Really appreciate everybody for coming through. Yes, indeedy, get those likes up. I got me a little hour to kill. So I said, let me just do a little live streaming. Hey, George, how are you doing? I'm good, man. Can't complain. It is cold. It's cold as a Frosty the Snowman's knickers. But hey, SKC in the house. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you for coming through. I don't have a lot to say. This is kind of like an open thing. Ooh. Oh dear. I've got a problem now. Yeah, hit the like button. Shout out to V-Dub Boogie in the house. Yeah, so I haven't really got a lot to say because I don't follow current rap anymore. I like some of the old school stuff. And as everybody is aware, yet another rapper has sadly lost their life in one of the most dangerous professions that you never thought would be this dangerous. Who would have thought getting on a microphone and spitting some bars was going to get you killed out here? Okay, until you start acting goofy and you start talking about peeing on people's graves and dancing. And I've seen videos, but this wasn't a black person, of somebody hitting or punching a person in a coffin. Like, of course that behavior is about, it's going to get you killed. Let's just keep it a buck. All right. And yeah, I like me some old school rap, and really and truly secular music. No matter how far back you go, a lot of it is seriously degenerate. Okay, when you really listen to the lyrics, a lot of it is so poisonous. It's so negative. It really, if you if you just don't get carried away with the beat and go and just read the lyrics, you think to yourself, what am I really listening to right here? Because it's still either perverse, or it's criminal, or it's negative in some way. Okay, so it's crazy. I understand that Chicago was kind of one of these towns, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, I think this is more for like Minister Jap. It's like you had a lot of people who, there was still a stigma around, out of wedlock pregnancies and things like that. So a lot of people would be shipped to other places to have their children. And so, you would disappear and then you would come back after, you're given birth and everything as if nothing had happened, or you came back with a little brother or a little sister and your parents would raise that child as if it was a sibling. And so Chicago became one of those places where you had like a lot of dysfunction, people coming and stopping there and passing through, and it created a certain type of culture. This is what I've heard. Okay, and that's sad. And just like I think a lot of places, in particular in the States, but even some of the low dem areas here in the UK, it's like they just create places which become human dumping grounds. And I know that Chicago is not the only place with these problems, but when you have a lot of poverty, when you have a lot of people who are disenfranchised, there's no opportunities for them. It's not inevitable, because poverty is not a cause of crime, but it's going to be a contributing factor. It's going to be a correlation, because if people don't feel like they have opportunities, or if they're like, goddamn, everybody's poor and I can see a way to make easy, fast money, why are people not going to take it, And here on this channel, one of the things that I really have an issue with is the media. Okay, I feel like after talking about the family, the media is the biggest influence we have, because we are bombarded with thousands. They used to say it's like here in the UK, allegedly, or here in London, allegedly, we get caught on camera 300 times per day. So when you think about, and I don't know if that counts individual place. So each shop, plus each bus, plus each, camera on the street. Um, when you go into a place of work or something, I don't know if each of those cameras count as one or each individual camera counts, because our buses have several cameras on them. So already you step on a bus, that's about 7 cameras capturing your image. As you walk down the street, you see the monitor in the store, and there's you passing outside the store. So I was even wondering if 300 was a low estimate. Okay. And the media is very pervasive. Once upon a time, we didn't have moving billboards. I was actually discussing this with somebody yesterday. We didn't have moving billboards. Our billboards were static and they were just an image. But now we've got like TV screens everywhere. Even you sit at the bus stop, it's rolling through video clips or different images, and you're constantly being stimulated and having things suggested to you. And so for Black people who don't control their image in the media, we are kind of at the mercy of whatever they want to show us, or how they want to depict us to the world. And unfortunately, young Dolph is part of that culture. It's cold here in Chicago too. And Mr. Dolph says, "Where's my rent chat?" Let me think. Let me think. Hour to kill. Couldn't you just meme it? He said, "I don't blame you. You need life insurance if you pick up the mic." And it's a shame that you need life insurance just to talk, but this was not the best place to do. Let me cross this road and cut through this traffic. Oh my God. So the thing about it is this: you wouldn't need life insurance if you didn't have a battery put in your back to sing about stuff that was ultimately likely to get you killed. Like the culture that we have of gassing people up, talking about who is weak and is who is on top and what you're going to do, and talking tough on the internet, talking tough in your lyrics. That's the problem with the music. Okay, hip hop and rap and everything used to be conscious. It used to be about talking about the ills of society. When you look back on old school rap, they were talking about the issues of drugs in the community, the crime, the out of wedlock pregnancies. Shout out to uh, Lashid. She brought up how much old school rappers used to talk about, the abortion rate and, the problems with that. Okay. So, you know, um, back in the day, old school rap used to be super conscious and they used to talk about a lot of positive stuff. But now it's like the more greasy the palate, the more negative the lyrics. Easy the better. Consciousness 99 when Dre came out with the Chronic. I think that was one of the biggest shifts culturally when it came to the music industry. The commercialization of rap, it wasn't just an underground thing anymore. A lot more people from all different groups are getting involved. And I just feel like this is crazy, the way that we embrace these tropes to our own detriment. And I said this recently about Ti. I said this recently about a number of rappers. I'm wandering between some office buildings. I've never been here before. I don't want somebody to arrest me for trespassing. But yeah. So if this light goes off suddenly, security got me. Uh, but yeah, this is nice. I could work with this. So it's just crazy. I want to drop the link so if people want to come through, they can and just have a little chat. But I've got an issue now. How am I going to drop the link when I'm in StreamYard on my phone? Let's see. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't believe that you need a life insurance policy, but the thing is this: so many of these labels are controlled by a very small group of individuals that if you want to go independent, it's kind of tough. It's not as hard as it used to be because now we have the internet, but people have become so conditioned to enjoy the rubbish that the question becomes, to what extent could you even give them something positive that they would want to listen to? So I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up and just talk about their personal feelings about the rap industry and what's actually going on out here. Because my thing is, the media is really priming Black people to basically consume themselves. It's really priming Black people to basically be degenerate, because what we see and the imagery that gets pushed to us the most is often the most negative stuff that you can imagine. And we take that as normal, we take that as culture, we take that as all kinds of different things. Let me see. Yeah, you don't see Drake or Kendrick getting into this. Well, some people say Drake is a little bit, I mean, Drake is a culture vulture. Drake is very commercial. So, but yeah, and he's getting old, with all due respect. Drake is kind of aging out of the music industry, in my opinion. How many people are really, I don't know, how many people are really into Drake like that anymore? Okay, Mr. O says 88 to 99. He says, Mr. O says he's from Chicago. You know, I'm slow and behind. Shout out to Celine in the building. They still do that here in Chicago. Oh my gosh, the boomers. You know, they did some good things, but the boomers also opened the door for a lot of negativity. Shout out to Celine on the East Coast. This is true. Tupac might have still been alive if he was still with Shock G and Digital Underground. You see? Wow. 84 was a warning, not an instruction manual. 1980. Well, that's the thing. We're literally living out 1984 in terms of being controlled, being monitored. You know, I was just saying to somebody just now, you know, I would never do Ancestry. No shade to anybody who's done Ancestry or 23andMe. I'm just curious, what did they do with that DNA information? Because at one point over here, they were talking about basically trying to DNA profile babies. And the thought was, oh, this is what I heard, I'm not sure how true it is, that if they commit a crime as an adult and you're able to acquire DNA evidence, you already have the DNA on a database. So and everyone was like held to the no. Okay, everyone's innocent till proven guilty. You know, you need to do your job. Okay, there's a crime, you got to go do some forensic work. But we ain't having everybody's details out here. But it's getting closer to the time where people will be accepting of that. You know, this whole COVID passport has really shown us who is willing to go along with what. And I know a number of people who are like, I didn't really want the vaccine, but my workplace pressured me, and I don't have the strength to go and look for another job. So I just took the vaccine because I didn't have a choice. You know, or people who said I got the vaccine because I wanted to go on holiday, but then afterwards they said you still have to be quarantined or you still can't travel despite the fact that you've been double vaccinated. And so I do say to people, this thing was about control more than anything else. But it's crazy. Oh my gosh, we got Robbie in the house. Shout out to you, girl. If you guys are not subscribed to Robbie Privilege, make sure you head over there. She has great content if you're a parent, especially if you're a parent dealing with children who have autism, just parental advice, marriage advice in general, culture, and she also does entertainment news. So go over there, guys. Make sure if you guys create content that you drop your links in the chat below. You know, I'm always so far behind, so I see people laughing. I don't even know what people are laughing at. It's true. Chief Keef, they're trying to turn Chief Keef into Cliff Huxtable. Makes you die every time laughing. Shout out to Free Zone Lou in the building. Oh, nothing much. I see a couple of people in the back. What? Ooh, 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 ooh. First time, I believe. Yes. He doesn't want to add you to the stream, girl.
Hey,
Shout out
boo.
to, hey, love, how are you?
Good in you.
That's it. Good to see you. How's it going, man? Look
It's
at her
going good
stunting on
over here. I wanna
everybody.
yeah, let your other guests say hi too.
Mr. O, what's good, man? It looks like he's not even there. Go on, girl. I think he's he's disappeared.
Nothing, I had to come over and show you some love, huh? Let me put my regular Evie up.
Top of the morning, beloved.
Oh man, that's cool. Leave it because you see, you're getting a taster of what you're going to get when you go over there. Production is on point, hilarious as hell. The monologues are so. Roy, I don't know. You've been told this a lot of times, isn't it, that you could do audiobooks and things. I think you mentioned that before.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have. I'm
definitely.
looking into it. Thank you.
Because the way you write those monologues and the way you articulate them, it's powerful. It's good. I really admire your work, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. You would be shocked. I never write down my shows.
Really? No way.
Freestyle like Biggie.
Jay-Z, yes, like
Uh-oh.
Jay-Z. Yes, they are all off the top of the dome in the spirit, in the moment, honey.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That is really good.
Thank
Shout out
you.
to, so you guys just go for it, man, because this is just like a open chat. I've got about 15 more minutes. See how it goes.
Yeah, I just woke up outside my head in these beautiful Inglewood streets. I'm here with my cousin. About to go ahead and get our
Inglewood.
Inglewood. Always up to no good. Drinking our coffee, aka smoking this good old weed.
Oh my God.
Hey, I told you, I'm too real for you two. Sometimes I'm not your regular degular.
It's true.
Hey,
So
Malcolm
what do
X
you
was.
guys think about, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I said go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so what do you guys think about the young Dolph situation, or anything that you want to talk about in general?
Well, yeah, last night while I was on little big day show, I basically explained like this. Dolph got caught up in street beef. Y'all gotta understand, Dolph is from Chicago too, and he went down south, so he knows about the streets. He just he got too comfortable in his own city. Forgot dudes might still be hating on him, and he got too comfortable and he got dealt with. It happens all the time.
This is the thing though, like
Mm,
he should have had security. Like, I'm sorry. Once you hit a certain tax bracket, you can still love the hood spots, you know what I'm saying? But you send the interns to go get you the cookies. You pull a Diddy, you make them walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to give you a piece of cheesecake. You don't go to the hood.
You don't understand. Y'all forgot. What is the base rudiments of rappers today? They come up from rags to riches. They fake well, I gonna say fake it till they make it, but they come from rags to riches story. They have a Robin Hood
mm,
complex. They have to come back to the
mm,
hood that gave them their push it to the mainstream world, so they feel like they have to give back. That's a part of that Robin Hood giving the turkeys like Brown back in the day.
mm.
And
I
that's
mean, do
great.
you
It's
think that's, go
Go
on,
ahead,
Ross?
sis.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, sis.
No, I
It's
was
your
going to
show.
say, the thing is, there's a little bit of a delay, and so that's why I don't want to cut you off. You go first, because I was going to ask you guys a question after. Go for it, Raw.
No, I was just gonna say, like, even if you give back to the hood, that's great. It's absolutely fabulous to enrich your community. However, you know what you was doing when you was a part of the community. So even though you coming back, People still doing what you was doing.
But the thing is, though, this what it was. He basically only came to the city to get back. So they know he was coming back for the Thanksgiving drive to give out the turkeys. That was basically playing hook, line, sinker. To see he forgot that he was a street dude, so he had to still move like a street dude. If you got ops, and you know you got ops, you gotta think like, all right, if I'm gonna be moving in these streets, I gotta move like this. I gotta have like a dummy car. I gotta have like three other cars to go ahead moving around because I'm a walking target. Hell, he should learn two things from two different rappers in the same era. He should learn from Nipsey Hussle and he should learn from Chief Keef. Now, I said that a little Big Nate show too. Nipsey Hussle did the Robin Hood thing. He stayed in the hood, gave back to the hood, all that good stuff. Try to get inspiration, trying to open up STEM programs for the kids in the neighborhood, even open up a shopping center in the same block, only to be taken out by a guy that he grew up with and he was jealous of his success. Now, Chief Keef, who stays a mile away from me in O Block, he did this. He got rich, he got famous, he seen Chicago, he seen all the dangers, he left, never came back.
So what happened to Chief Keef?
He left and never came back. He stayed smart. He know if he come to Chicago, people gonna be at his heels. I mean, Lil Reese already showed if you stay in Chicago, you will get touched. He got touched twice while still staying here.
Mm. And you remember when what's that guy's name? Meat Mills. Meat Mills got told in no uncertain terms, this is a no-fly zone for you. You can't come here. And Meat Mills is still walking around. So I think he got the message. He took the message serious. And I was gonna say on a lower level, do
He
you think
said
this is a
Chicago
problem
rap.
that black
That's what
people
Meek Mill
have?
said though. And Lady A, that's what he said. He said Chicago rappers can't rap. That's what he trying to say. That's no fly zone. But guess what? Let me ask you when the last time Meek Mill been in Chicago.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
And this is the
Chief,
thing that to Raw's point, sorry, she said they're gonna be hungry this Thanksgiving. Girl, you're a mess.
it's true.
God,
And this is why I
they're
don't
looking
do
for that
hood
turkey, but the
people.
turkey's not coming.
Right. Them turkeys ain't
Oh
coming,
god,
the fixins ain't coming. So now y'all done killed your supply. That's the dumb stuff
it's
right there.
true. It's true. It's sad.
Drugs and everything. Everything. They destroyed the plug. Look, we are black folks, we think backwards. Everybody wants to be the chief, nobody wants to be the Indian. Everybody wants a position of
Mm,
power, and nobody wants to take orders.
that's true.
Exactly. It is
And I
very,
was gonna
very
say,
true.
do you guys think that this is part of the problem with black people in general? Like,
Yep.
this whole I gotta come back to save everybody. Because
Yeah.
really and truly, I don't really like rappers because I feel they promote a lot of negativity in their music, which is what I was kind of alluding to at the beginning when I was talking about the media. I do feel that they're propped up and they're given a pass to say things that are detrimental to black people.
Now you gotta rephrase that, Lady A. Lady A, you gotta rephrase that. Only the individuals that's being pushed to mainstream, that's our paid agents to push a certain agenda. Them the ones that talk about the violence, the debauchery, and the hedonism that's going on in our culture. We still have
Mm.
artists like J. Cole. We,
Is
Oh
J.
Lord,
Cole
did
still
they mute
making
him?
music?
yeah, J.
You
Cole still
see,
making good music.
they got him.
I mean, hey, look, you can only get so much being an independent artist nowadays. See, that whole mainstream trying to get signed, get a record contract, them days is over with. See, the music industry moves like how we move today. Remember when CDs and trying to go platinum was the gold standard? Now, when streaming came out and everybody was basically getting owned by themselves, record labels had to adjust. So now we in this crazy period of time when we could go ahead and be independent, but you still need distribution.
This
Mm.
is
That's the
and this
thing.
Yeah, and a lot of new artists don't know where to go. So I'm gonna drop a gem real quick. There is a
Hmm.
platform called Epidemic Sound. Now, Epidemic Sound is providing music to content creators. So I know personally a few artists that have got put on. Their videos are getting a whole bunch of views. Their music is getting a lot of streams on Apple, Spotify, and everything else through this one platform. So it's like if you're a new artist out there, you got a dope ass sound, Go check out Epidemic Sound and upload your content. You're not going to get paid as much as if you release it on your own, but you give them a little catalog of music so that they can circulate it, so people are checking for you, and then you have a whole backup. Gabe Nunez, he's dope. That's the person that sings the song on my the Pop Patient intro. Pop Out, he's the one that does that song. Like, you got to start doing your research and find out where to use your talents and your gifts. But as to the point, this is why I came up here, the point you made earlier. Drake is never going to drop nothing that's toxic because Drake still has that whole image from Degrassi. So they are playing on that. But as far as all these other mainstream media artists, to Mr. O's point, they the minstrel show. They're to push the narrative that black people are unruly, uneducated,
Uh-oh.
shaking their behind, selling drugs, and everybody
Mm-mm.
is singing those songs because they want to be part of the in crowd. Black people got to wake up. Stop going along with the
Facts.
crowd and do your own damn thing. Do that.
Mm-mm. Robbie just finished my video for me.
Stop it.
She came through, she saw the thought in my head, she took it out and she just spat it nicely. So I really appreciate everybody for coming through. But that's
I
really
got
what
one
this video is
question.
about. It's
I got one
time.
question
Go for
about
it,
the
man.
epic.
Go for it.
What about the do you get keep your masters? Now that's another thing that people don't forget about this industry. Yeah, you could get all the so-called push and drive and everything, but at the end of the day, business matter. Do you own your masters or do you own a percentage of your masters if you go through that epic situation you just mentioned, Raw?
Epidemic Sound, I mean, I can't tell you the particulars of how they structure their contracts. I think that is something that people need to look into, but you got to look at it this way. If you give them 3, 4 songs and they own the masters to those 3, 4 songs, but you got 30 other songs that is going to get that airplay, because people gonna look at you because you over there. Is it worth it? See, when it comes down to business, there's ultimately a cost. You got to give a little bit to get a lot more. That's another thing black people got to understand. Ain't nothing coming to you for free. Even with Ray Charles. Ray Charles is the most successful businessman in the music industry. How long did he have to give other people control until he reached the status that he could demand control of all of his masters? You got to earn it. You got to deserve it. You got to
What
work
about
for
Soldier
it.
Boy? What about
What
Soldier
about
Boy?
Soldier Boy?
You know,
Soldier
he was the
Boy up
first.
in this.
Hey, Soldier Boy was the first artist to come out with YouTube, and he basically owned all his masters up until this point now. So, if people want to talk about Soldier, but you gotta give Soldier his credit. He was basically when he did that Breakfast Club interview a few years back, he basically told everybody, if it wasn't for me, a lot of y'all would not be on.
And that's respect. Enough respect to him. Listen, there's 150 ways to get it. But if you are not the innovator, if you did not break the mold on something, like one Soldier Boy did it, how you said, now everybody else, they're making it harder for you to do it that way. They'll bury you in the algorithm. You got to be hustling heavy to get your name out there if you're trying to do it that way. So, just like that boy, what is that boy's name? It'll come to me later. Dominic Fick, that's his name. He popped off of social media as well. He's not black, but you know what I'm saying? He made a whole bunch of money. So there's quite a few people across a couple races through the social media that blew up. You're not going to just come out here and just blow up like that no more. So now what's the next level? What's the next part of the game? That's why this is Chinese checkers. It's harder than chess. You have to be watching the trends, watching the waves, seeing where the sweet spot is and where you can get in. You can't sit back resting on something and then after you see 100 people do it, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Hmm.
Nah, you got to be a leader in the industry.
That's true. George said people want bragging rights within their group for doing something to a famous person. There are wannabe tough guys who will challenge boxers or wrestlers to look tough in front of their friends. Shout out to Big Smov in the building. He said J. Cole promoting NBA Africa right now, and that Drake is the most toxic rapper with all his simpage.
Damn.
Had to twist that knife in there at the last bit.
Yeah, Pat.
It's
I
true.
follow Pastor Hendricks. Future saved my life. He showed me the way. I gotta move like Future. Pastor Hendricks, man, for real, church.
Shout out to Manu 12 in the building. So yeah, when Soldier Boy did what he did, the market wasn't as saturated as it is now. But now, like Robbie says, it's tough. I can imagine it's tough. And again, this is how you kind of flood the market with so many people. People have to start being extreme and controversial, which again leads back right into this whole let me do something mad on a live stream, like talking about ops and things like that, filming at the ops grave and things like that. And I don't know, can black people ever get off the hamster wheel that is buying into the mainstream media? Can we actually break that tie, that tether to mainstream media, which is ultimately poisoning our minds? What do you guys think?
I think we can, but I think it's a matter of choice. I think black people have been conditioned to do things the easy way. Oh, well, you can't get a job. Oh, you can't take care of your family. Go apply for social services. Oh, well,
Mm,
you want to be, or go sell drugs, or go become a stripper, or this, that, and the third. And then you can live this fabulous life, allegedly. But what is the fabulosity of it all? Like, to have things to measure up to other people. Black people are not taught to go get an education, to start at the lower level, to do some intern work,
mm,
to earn your position. We're not taught that. And we got to start teaching that to our children, because they ain't teaching that in the schools. And we got to stop acting like the school is supposed to be where our children learn life. Other races teach their children real life in real time. I'm just saying.
it's true. No, you're 110% right. It starts at home. It starts at the lower levels. And we can't, somebody put up a post on Twitter today. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, I do throw up something there occasionally. Instagram. And like I said, for all of you guys who create content, Raw B, Mr. O, please, Grogu, please put your link in the chat. And somebody was like, why is it that other groups don't need, I can't remember what it was. Like, why is it you go to work and then you make somebody else rich, but you are broke? And so I retweeted it and I was like, because the education system is designed to make you an employee, and they're only going to pay you just enough to keep you coming back, but not enough to leave. They don't want you getting so rich that you could start your own venture. You're just over broke so that you can keep coming back to them while your labor makes somebody else rich. And again, taking it back to the music industry, a lot of these artists are living, paycheck to paycheck to a degree, because as much as they stunt online or in their red carpet events, a lot of that stuff they don't even own. Now, young Dolph had a beautiful Lamborghini. I think it was a Lamborghini. I actually saw a clip on Twitter of somebody towing it, and I can imagine for those who loved him how painful it must have been to see his Lambo on the back of a truck being towed away. Um, but he stood out like a sore thumb, and I think it was Mr. O who said, you got to have some backup vehicles. You're supposed to have a Ford Focus. Okay, when you come to town, you've got a Ford Focus with the blacked out windows, and nobody knows that's your vehicle. Why are you walking around or running around with a Lamborghini that sticks out like a sore thumb? You're gonna get, you it's playing with fire at this point. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. It says it won't let you drop the link. I tried to Celine said it starts by teaching at home and leading by example. This is true. Learning is needed, college is needed. College is needed, but people have to actually understand that college is for getting the basics, but that entrepreneurial spirit is something that is put in you at home. Watching your parents maybe have a little family business, or just creating a product, maybe something online, that's what's going to give you the understanding that it's possible for you to do that. You're never going to get that from the mainstream education system, because they do not they do not want. Okay, you guys are saying you guys won't be able to drop the link because it's not wrenched.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
That's
it's not
annoying.
letting anybody drop the links. But I will say this too. It also starts with teaching the spirit of humility. See,
Mm,
one thing a lot of people don't get about me, like how I said the other day on my show, I got closets full of clothes and shoes and bags and stuff like that. I don't need to put that out every day. My children
I'm about to
see
go ahead
me.
and leave y'all. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. I'm about to go ahead and leave y'all. I was nice coming up to the stream. I'm about to go ahead and subscribe to you, Raw B Privilege. And Lady A, keep on doing your thing, beloved, over there across the pond. Peace.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate you.
O.
Thank you,
See,
love.
but
Sisters are doing it for themselves. Now we've got rid of the men.
yeah. That's my shit. You know I love that song. But when you see when you teach your children that you don't have to get dressed up to impress people every day, just as long as you're clean and you smell good, your butt is clean, your teeth is brushed, and you're comfortable in your skin. That's what we got to start teaching our children. That's why people do all this stunting, because they're not comfortable in
Mm,
the skin they're in. And they need people to see them. Look at me, I'm on. So they put all of this, you know what I'm saying, bravado
mm,
out. But inside they're really empty.
mm-mm. That's true. I even feel like a lot of this posing half naked online, trying to just get a little validation and attention. Even Brittany Renner, I said this before, when she, goes barefaced in her car with her rants, she's average. But this was her one way to get a lot of attention and maybe make up for some lost time. It's just getting that big butt and just putting it on the Instagram every day. And I do feel a lot of people, they're crying out for help. They're looking for attention. They're looking for love. They're looking for acceptance. I dropped your link in the chat. So one way you can do
Thank
it,
you.
guys, if you want to come up, you can. But I've got about 10 more minutes. But if you come into the back chat, then you can drop the link in the back and then I can put it in the main chat. You see, you're right. Humility. And again, if you were humble, you wouldn't be bragging about how much money you got, how many whips you got, how many people you've taken out and things like that. You would just be normal. The people who are operating normal are not getting shot. Okay?
That part.
But you're bragging on the internet about things you don't even own, including the block that you're repping. This is the bit that killed me and always killed me about gang violence. Why are you dying for streets you don't own? Why are you dying for businesses you don't own?
Hmm.
You're going to die and leave that block right there for
Preach.
the next generation of people who are going to come and take it over. And if you're not careful, at some point, they're going to run out all the black folk and they're just going to put other things there and other people there. So you died for what?
Hmm.
And
And
I look at it, it's sad. Go for it, girl.
no, it's true. I mean, what you're saying is absolute facts. How many times do we hear people complaining about gentrification of neighborhoods?
Mm. Well, buy
It's
the
a
buy the shop then. If you care that much, buy it.
Exactly, but they can't buy it because they're too busy buying clothes and whips and jewels and hair and
Mm-mm.
nails and shoes.
And
Like
I don't
that's
want to
the
tell you who's telling you to buy those clothes, hair, and shoes because you get me. They might strike the channel. You get me because they're listening.
exactly that's the game. And one you silly, but it's facts though. Once you pick up on the game, once you get it, that you are being distracted. You are being funneled down the path of the masses
Mm-mm.
to take you away from generational wealth and real money
Facts.
to be
It's
part of the in
mm,
crowd. Go ahead.
it's true. I'm gonna say, like, when we look at the cultures that are prospering, you notice they don't have a concept called swag. The
Mm.
people who have swag are ostracized. They're looked at as somebody who's engaging in degenerate behavior, and we don't know those people. It's only us who take swag and thug and bling and all these frivolous things and call it black culture, even though it's detrimental. Everybody's got food that we enjoy from our culture, including the states. But if you're having soul food that's destroying your health because you're eating it too often and that food is not nutritious, or you're eating rice every day, some of this rice is not even real rice,
Hmm.
because we all seen the videos of them making the plastic into rice and you don't know that it's not real rice. Okay? Or they're filling the food with salt and sugar and you're cooking what you think is traditional food, and that food is giving you diabetes. There's no point to call it food at that point. That's a plate of hate, bro. That's a plate of death. And that's what this music is like. They're trying to make us embrace things that's ultimately killing us mentally. It's killing our mind. It's killing our morale. It's killing our morality. And we're just
It's
lapping it up.
right. It's very easy to do. When you control the mind, you control the body. So when people like you and me that are black women that are coming out and we're speaking against it, that's also a big signifier for people to hate. And people are going to hate en masse because mentally they're controlled by, you know what I'm saying, by the people that be listening in. They don't, and they gonna let it
Hmm.
go because they don't want your message to get out, because they don't want you to wake people up. Like, wake up, snap out of it. Are you
It's
serious or
true.
not?
It's true. Because I see people arguing over Dolph and territory and turf. I'm reading some of these comments. I'm like, do you even know this man from a can of paint? Like, seriously, you should. Why are you so invested? Why are you so invested?
They'll die for these people. But the gag is Bill Gates, Stephen Jobs, they ain't dying wearing no damn chains
Mm,
on their necks. They got Teslas and Lamborghinis and this, that, and the third that they take on high end excursions in low crime areas up the coast. You taking all the flash and dazzle, dead in the center of people that are hungry, that don't have.
mm, it's
Make it
crazy.
make
And
sense. Yeah.
Carl McFarlane said they're doing it already. Look at Brixton, case closed. I don't know if you mean like gentrifying or if they're kind of turning, because Brixton is South London. And once you go south of the River Thames, you have like high clusters of black people living together, mostly West Indian, but a lot of African as well. And we do have a lot of gang violence down there as well. Now we've got reality shows coming out where we're following people, but they're trying to engage in the same kind of reality TV style bull and like drama. People just, you can see it scripted, but a lot of attitude and a lot of fighting and gossiping and things like that. They've seen the formula works, that black people will buy into it. And now they're trying to find a place in London where they can just basically film the same kind of garbage. So I'm not sure if that's what he's talking about, but there's a unifying of the culture and it's towards degeneracy. George says, "Oh boy, I just cooked soul food yesterday and I'm feeling guilty now." There ain't nothing wrong with a bit of soul food every now and then, but we got to educate ourselves on how to eat right so that our mind can be right. You can't have a healthy mind if you're eating so much food that's making you feel sluggish, that's not really nourishing your body. It's not giving you a wide range of vitamins and minerals, and you got greens in there or whatever. It's just processed stuff or whatever. We got
Yes.
to educate ourselves better.
Oh, what do you think about your boy Castillo first?
Who's that? I know the name, but I'm not sure who that is.
Like, he's a rapper and he was on this dating show, like the grilling something. And child, his whole no, his whole I think he's from over there on your side of the
Oh God, dating shows are trash. Dating shows are so goofy. I swear, they're so goofy. What did he do? He probably was doing something raggedy. Was he black?
Yeah,
Is he black?
he was being
Oh,
very
they brought him on the show to be raggedy, man. Well, I don't even need to watch it. I know they already put him in there as the token raggedy person.
I'm good. I
God.
put the link in the back chat for you when you and your live watch it. We should do a show talking about it because there was something refreshing about his honesty, but I want to get your point of view on, like, is that the type of dude that, like, is over there? Like, is that what y'all have to deal with? Because we have our own classification of Dusties in America, girl. Like,
Oh my God, you guys, you see the link right there, so you guys can you guys can go check that out afterwards, man. But yeah, in terms of the boys standing on the street corner sagging their pants with the socks and slippers, oh my God, that's everywhere. People been sagging here for decades now. Once upon a time, people would sag with trousers 2 sizes too small or 2 sizes too big. So
yes,
depending on whether they were tight or loose, you knew where this person came from. And we do have the gang business. Not everyone kind of dresses the same. tracksuits, socks with slippers. But yeah, we do see a lot of disenfranchisement with the young people, you know. And I was saying this to Mr. Research once about, you know, the N word or or the pookie. We got Turkish pookie, Asian pookie, white pookie, the Wookiees. They're all hanging out together. The Wookiees and the pookies and the Asian pookie. Yeah, I've even seen a ultra orthodox looking pookie. Okay.
Oh
And
God.
when he went to come off the bus, he tried to straighten up a bit so he didn't look so thuggish. But I looked at his feet; he didn't have shoes; he had trainers. I said,
That part, grown men wearing sneakers, like honestly, even with women, like unless you're going to the gym, love, like what is wrong with a good pair of boots or a good pair of shoes? Like we've gotten
"It's
away
true."
from class. Like I just got me a pair of sneakers. I didn't have sneakers for a long time because I'm starting to go back to the gym. And somebody was like,
Mhm.
"Well, why don't you wear sneakers?" Because what's ladylike about that?
It's true. It's true. You know, I was convicted. I was like, God damn, girl, you need some new clothes and you need to straighten up a little bit. Come on, you can do better than this. And here we have a cheap shop called Primark. Okay. And you know, I just went over there. I picked up some nice skirts. I picked up some nice tops. I changed up my shoes that were looking tired. And I said, you know, you don't have to have a lot of money. It's not like I don't have the money, but why am I gonna spend a lot of money on expensive clothes to go work? That's not. I'm not on that. But you can still look
Right.
presentable and smart on a budget. You know, if you buy something nice and if it's from Walmart, not everybody's going to know depending on what it is and how you dress it up. So, you know, but again, because we got this culture, I need to stunt. I mean, I ain't got no friends, so I don't have anybody I need to stunt on. I'm
That
lucky.
whole
I don't have these problems. I wear what I like and I go where I'm going.
exactly. So today, this is what we doing. Oh, you too dressed up. Okay, for a whole entire period in history, I want to say probably up until 19 what 70,
Mm-hmm.
women dress like women. Like
Mm,
it was a beauty standard. Even it doesn't matter just about the skirts. Like even in pants, there's a beauty standard.
mm-hmm.
Now, like
True.
women look like men, men look like women, and then
The
they wonder why
floppier
there's
the
all this
better.
gender. Yeah, gender confusion, role confusion, drama, can't keep no relationships together. Well, rest in
I
your
told you I had to
femininity.
check somebody. You know, we have a store. I don't know if you have it in the States. John Lewis.
Mm-mm.
No, John Lewis is a nice department store. It's been going a really long time, right? And they did a commercial of a little boy. He must have been about 7. His face full of makeup. It looked like a clown. And he's got on a dress. And he's chassaying through the house and jumping on the tables. Like, I'm not even sure what the commercial was really for. Apart from, I think, just do you and buy what you want or something. So, you know, they tried to make everything doing you is equating to transgenderism. So I
Mm-hmm.
put in the comment section under the John Lewis commercial, I said, we need to boycott John Lewis and hit them where it hurts. So I get this guy coming talking about, oh, I see you like to take pictures of people and laugh at them because I take pictures of people in the bonnet. Because people say, why are you in the UK talking about things like bonnets and American women and the things that we're doing over here? I said, it's here. I
Hmm.
only saw black bonnets. In one day, I saw a blue one. I saw a red one. I've seen patterned ones now. So the bonnet is not going away. Young and old and male. I got on the bus and this guy, black guy, had on a bonnet. And when this non-black guy got on the bus, he looked like a man. He was dressed, you know, like sportswear, sport, you know, smart casual. The guy felt so shame. He put his hood up. And I said, you bugger
Mm.
you. Why did you come out the house with a woman's bonnet on your head? And now you see a man dressed like a man, you feel shame.
That part. Listen, I feel like this with bonnets. Like I'd rather see someone with their hair a little raggedy than a bonnet on.
Mm-hmm. Come on, girl.
It
Come
doesn't
on.
even look
We can do
like
better.
right. You ain't even put no effort in yourself. Bonnets are for sleeping. Bonnets are for the shower. Even
It's
if you have a
true.
bad wig, girl, it's better than a bonnet. Damn it.
especially if you've got the wig that you can take off. You know, if you haven't got the wig sewn on, bro, you take that thing to the sink. You know, I'm giving away the secret now, bro. You take that thing to the sink, you give it a little wash, you throw a little conditioner on there, tongue that thing up. I used to be the £5 wig queen. Yes, I'm gonna say it on the internet. I'm in that bargain basement, the X display. I'm not even ashamed. And when I take that wig and I tidy him up and I comb him down a little bit, I throw some oil sheen in there.
Hmm.
When I go through with my £5 piece of hair.
Okay. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, that's the thing. You so silly.
You see, I'm
They
the
got
one that created the whole when you've got the parting and it looks a bit too obvious, you put a little foundation in there. Don't let no one trick you. I'm the first one to do that from way back when. I said, this parting's a
yes,
bit too white for a black person. Let me try throw some foundation in there.
that whole part. Yes. Okay. There's too many options. We got options. We ain't going outside with bonnets. Uh,
No, but I had to fly into Primark and buy a £10 skirt and just, someone complimented me on the skirt today, boy. I was like, yeah, this is £10 from Primark. Primani.
yes. Okay. You could do anything besides come outside with a raggedy bonnet or a scarf on your head.
Yeah, I remember when I was young, I used to be lazy, and somebody asked me, do you wear a head covering because of religious reasons? I said, I got to do my hair. It was that bad. From that, I realized I had to change.
Okay.
But this was a while back. This was a long time ago. But yeah, so I understand people do, they look at you some type of way, man. Shout out to Celine. She said, I think something that's missing, and I'm not black, but something that's missing to be taught to kids is, in general, is delayed gratification. And that's something definitely that's a problem in the current era because of social media. I did a tweet and I said, I feel like people are going to get into some real dangerous situations with strangers. We're talking a lot at the moment about intimate partner violence. And one of the reasons is because we are so accustomed to taking strangers for friends because of social media. We literally translate that into the real world. We meet somebody on a
Mhm.
dating app or a little bit of social media, and we think we know this person's whole life, who they are and what they're on and what they're like. The concept of real world dating is like, it's becoming a thing of the past. And you're getting into situations with complete strangers, and then you're wondering why this person is doing things out of your house or bringing things into your house, or they're beating on you, or they're touching your kids. It's like, this person is technically a stranger. Do you understand that, or you don't understand that? And people are getting into relationships more and more with the idea of people because we are so accustomed to taking strangers as friends because of social media. I don't know what you think about that, but
I believe like this. There are no friends on social media. Until
mm,
you're just having pleasant conversations with people, it's an air of civility. Until you meet someone in the flesh and you sit down and you have a meal with them. Until, you know what I'm
mm,
saying, people prove to you some type of loyalty and integrity, it means nothing. Like, people switch up so quick on social media, so quick, and it's just like, how you doing? How you living? But
it's true.
I think people haven't been taught true friendship. People haven't been taught their value and their worth. I say this all the time, and you know this. If someone
Mm,
didn't grow up with you, if they haven't been to a bar mitzvah, a baptism, a wedding, a
hmm
funeral, if they haven't gone through the fire with you, you really don't know what they're made of. You really don't know how
it's
they
true.
feel about you.
No, that's true. That's really true. And I think that's a good place to leave it. I'm going to just say I really appreciate everybody who came through. Shout out to CJ Kyles. Making me extremely jealous, but don't worry, you're safe. I'm not going to track you down with a 9 milli because but this brother, I'm not that jealous, okay? But this brother on cruise after cruise, he makes nursing glamorous. And just be going back to what we're talking about education. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let Robbie have her closing statement and finish the show, right? one of the reasons why I appreciate what CJ does. CJ, you don't have to come up, right? But you can click the link to the show. Maybe if you can find it, put the link in the back chat, and I can share it if you want to, if you can. Okay. Um, CJ talks about nursing, and what I respect about his platform is how he promotes progress over passion. He will tell you himself he didn't really want to be a nurse, but when he saw how it could help him to get to his end goals, which is cruising, that's his passion, he was like, to hell with it. I'm going to go and I'm going to, I'm going to immerse myself in this thing to make that money. And if more brothers in particular, because, we encourage the sisters, but if the brothers have that mentality, I don't need to do something that I'm passionate about. I need something that's going to give me the opportunity to get to my goals. We would have a better society, a better community. So I really love his content. I appreciate his channel. And if you guys have not checked out the High Value Nurse, please go over there and subscribe. So Raw, I've said my bit. I'll let you finish, and then we're out.
Honestly, just love yourself. Stop going along with the masses. Be able to think outside of the box and know yourself. Know what your end game is. Know what your goal is, and let no one alter that path for you. And that's it. If we all keep doing that, then we'll be okay. You don't have to conform. Shout out and salute to the nonconformists. Keep going. You're doing a great job. Rebellion. Rebel against the system. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
All right, guys, have a great Friday. If I don't speak to you again, enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. See you later.